All right, let's talk about the Tulsa Massacre. I want to talk about this because that was saying how these like they don't make any sense, man. Um, these white supremacists had massacred the Tulsa because I read the article about the Tulsa massacre. They had targeted black residents, their homes, business, churches, schools, and multiple buildings. Attack types were white supremacist terrorism, racial violence, lynching, program arsonists, mass murder, ethnic cleansing. Because 300 people had died from the white supremacist people. To this day, I remember that, which that was horrible. I'm gonna get off at 8:32. I just had to take down the videos because you know how YouTube is. They don't want to see that. So I'm gonna talk about the Tulsa massacre. I'm gonna talk. This the real issues I gotta talk about now. We're gonna play this video of this woman right here, and she had remembered all that stuff. So we're gonna play a 20 minutes on the video. Let's play the video.
There is a woman living in Tulsa, Oklahoma right now. Her name is Leslie Benningfield Randall. She is known as Mother Randall. She is 111 years old. When she was 6 years old, she watched white men come into her neighborhood and tear it apart. She is the last person alive who remembers what happened on May 31st, 1921. And before she is gone, before the last witness leaves, I need to make sure you understand what she saw. Here is the Greenwood district she remembers.
In the age of Jim Crow are Amazon, Debbie and Ron Green, Humanities Texas, Nissan Foundation, and Texas Capital. Our patron sponsors are Dallas Tourism, Public Improvement District, and Match Group, and our exhibition sponsors are Bank of Texas and Larry Ginsberg.
Greenwood, a neighborhood on the north side of Tulsa, Oklahoma. And by 1921, by the time Mother Randall was a small child running through its streets, it was the most prosperous black community in the entire United States. They called it Black Wall Street. Before we go into what happened on May 31st, I want you to know what existed, because the magnitude of what was destroyed is only visible if you first understand the magnitude of what was built. Tulsa in 1921 was an oil boomtown. Oklahoma had struck oil in 1905. The city was growing faster than almost anywhere in America. And within the city, in a segregated black neighborhood of approximately 10,000 people, an entire economy had been constructed. Not constructed by government investment, not constructed by charitable donations from white philanthropists. Constructed by black Americans who had been excluded from white society and had built their own. Here is what Black Wall Street actually contained.
You have all sorts of businesses in Greenwood. You have everything.
191 businesses, 4 hotels, 8 churches, 7 grocery stores, 2 hospitals, the only medical facilities available to black residents in the entire city, 2 Masonic lodges, real estate offices, law firms, doctor's offices, dental offices, drugstores, auto garages, beauty salons and barbershops, a junior high school, a library, and the Dreamland Theater, a 3-story building owned by John and Lula Williams. The first floor, a confectionery with a 12-foot soda fountain and seating for 50 people. Above that, a rooftop garden restaurant. John and Lula were also the first black Tulsans to own a car. The Tulsa Star, a newspaper founded by A.J. Smitherman, a black man, outspoken, powerful, despised by the white establishment for the same reason a black newspaper is always despised, because it told the truth. And Mount Zion Baptist Church, a congregation that had raised money for decades to build a proper home. The new building cost $92,000. They held their first service on April 4th, 1921. April 4th, 1921, 40 days before the massacre. That church had existed for 40 days when the white mob burned it to the ground. I want to give you the economic argument for why this community existed in this form. Segregation created Black Wall Street. Black residents were not permitted to shop at white businesses. They were excluded from white hospitals, white schools, white hotels, white theaters, white barbershops. So the Black community of Greenwood built their own. Every dollar spent in Greenwood circulated within Greenwood. It did not leave the neighborhood and enrich white business owners. It stayed. It multiplied. It built wealth. This is the economic logic that every Pan-African economist has described when they talk about community self-sufficiency. Money that circulates within a community builds that community. The irony of segregation is that it forced Black Americans to practice exactly the economic self-reliance that Pan-Africanists have been advocating for ever since. Black Wall Street was what African economic sovereignty looks like, and the white establishment of Tulsa had been watching it grow. As PBS historian and community member says directly, this was not about the boy in the elevator. This was about Blacks becoming too economically powerful. Now the spark. May 30th, 1921, a Monday. Dick Rowland is a young Black man, a shoe shiner. He works in a building at 3rd and Main Street, downtown Tulsa. To reach his workplace, he regularly uses the elevator in the Drexel building. The elevator is operated by Sarah Page, a white woman. There is documentation suggesting Dick Rowland and Sarah Page knew each other, were not strangers, had interacted many times. On May 30th, something happened in that elevator. Accounts differ. Sarah Page may have screamed. Dick Rowland fled the scene. The Tulsa police were called. The next morning, they arrested Dick Rowland. By that point, rumors of what had supposedly happened had been traveling through Tulsa's white community for hours, growing, changing, becoming more extreme with each retelling. On May 31st, the Tulsa Tribune published a front-page story. The headline described an attempted assault. The article inflamed a city that was already tense. The Ku Klux Klan had experienced a major resurgence across America after the First World War. Tulsa had significant Klan membership. The years following World War I had seen racial violence spike across the country. What historians call the Red Summer of 1919 had seen dozens of cities erupt. Tulsa's white community was already at a breaking point. The Tribune article broke it. By evening on May 31st, a white mob had gathered at the courthouse where Dick Rowland was being held. The rumor was that they were going to lynch him. Word reached Greenwood. And here is the part of the story that the mainstream history often glosses over. The Black men of Greenwood, many of them World War I veterans who had fought for America in Europe, went to the courthouse armed. They were not going to let the mob murder Dick Rowland without resistance. A standoff formed outside the courthouse. A shot was fired. No one knows who fired it. And then everything broke. The white mob turned toward Greenwood. Let's pause for a second to say a big thank you to the Black Culture Diary community, where Black voices, stories, and legacies are preserved and amplified. By becoming a member, you're not just supporting the channel, you're becoming part of a powerful cultural movement. Let's continue. The early hours of June 1st, 1921. Here is what happened next. Take a careful look at this footage.
Something terrible happened here. And for decades, people didn't talk about it.
I was an adult before I ever heard about it. It was something that was hidden.
This entire historic community was obliterated.
Bodies dumped in rivers, bodies dumped in mass graves. It was an absolute massacre.
White rioters entered Greenwood at dawn. Some of them had been officially deputized, armed and sworn in by city government officials. They were legal agents of the state, attacking their own citizens. They looted. They burned. They shot at people fleeing. Eyewitnesses reported that planes flew over Greenwood during the attack. Some accounts said shots were fired from the planes. Others said they were used for observation, tracking where residents were fleeing. The 2001 Oklahoma State Commission could not definitively confirm that shots were fired from aircraft, but the planes were there. Eyewitness after eyewitness placed them there. Whatever the planes were doing, the attack on the ground was total. 35 city blocks burned, 1,256 homes destroyed, another 215 looted. The Dreamland Theater burned. Mount Zion Baptist Church burned. 40 days old. $92,000 of community savings, ash. The Tulsa Star newspaper, burned. A Jay Smitherman was later charged with inciting riot. He fled with his wife and 5 children, never returned to Tulsa. Both hospitals burned. The only medical facilities available to 10,000 black Tulsans, gone. The junior high school, the library, the Masonic lodges, the drugstores, the barbershops, all of it. By the time the Oklahoma National Guard imposed martial law around noon on June 1st, 18 hours after the first shot, Greenwood was ash. Now the people. 800 people treated for injuries, 232 listed as seriously wounded. 6,000 black residents of Tulsa were detained, arrested, held in makeshift camps, jails, and at the fairgrounds. Many were not released until a white employer vouched for them. Your employer, who you worked for, who paid your wage, had to come and confirm that you were acceptable enough to release. 10,000 people made homeless. 10,000. In a city of 100,000. 1 in 10 Tulsans was now homeless, and every single one of them was black. Some spent that winter, the winter of 1921 to 1922, living in tents. As for deaths, the official count at the time was 36. The 2001 Oklahoma State Commission estimated between 100 and 300. Most historians now believe approximately 300 people died. Some evidence suggests the number may be higher. The searches for mass graves that have been conducted in recent years have not resolved the question. We may never know exactly how many people were killed. What we know is that Dick Rowland was exonerated. Sarah Page refused to press charges. The accusations against him were dropped. What we know is that not one white perpetrator was ever imprisoned for the massacre. Now, I want to give you the legal strategy behind the silence, because the massacre being buried for 70 years was not an accident. It was engineered. The event was called the Tulsa Race Riot, not the massacre, not the attack, the riot. The word riot was chosen deliberately, and this is the part of the story that almost nobody teaches. The victims of the massacre could not collect insurance. The perpetrators of the massacre faced no criminal prosecution, and the government that had deputized some of those perpetrators faced no accountability. The naming of an event is never neutral. When you call it a riot, the destruction becomes mutual chaos. When you call it a massacre, it becomes what it was, an organized attack on a defenseless community by people acting with the blessing of the state. Oklahoma did not officially rename it the Tulsa Race Massacre until 2018. That is 97 years of official denial baked into the language. Insurance policies in 1921 contained riot clauses. If a property was destroyed in a riot, the insurance company was not obligated to pay. The black residents of Greenwood filed more than $1.8 million in claims against the city, equivalent to $32 million in 2025. Not one claim was paid, not one. And then, after the insurance denial, a group of white developers pushed the city to pass a fire ordinance that would have required fire-resistant construction on a scale that most black residents could not afford. The purpose? Prevent them from rebuilding on their own land. A court struck that ordinance down, but the intent was clear. They burned the neighborhood. They denied the insurance claims. They tried to pass a law preventing the rebuilding. And then the history books went silent. The Tulsa Race Massacre was not mentioned in most history textbooks for 70 years. The people of Greenwood passed the story down through oral history, through churches, through family dinner tables, but the official record pretended it had barely happened. Here is a reminder to please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos on Black culture, history, civilization, and identity. Let's continue now. Now the rebuild. Because this part of the story is also remarkable. Despite everything, the denial of insurance claims, the attempted ordinance, the lack of government support. By the end of 1922, 80 new businesses had reopened in Greenwood. 80 businesses in 1 year. People who had lost everything began again. By the 1940s, the Greenwood district had been rebuilt and was thriving again. Not as prosperous as 1921, the assets, the institutions, the capital that had accumulated over decades had been destroyed. But functional, alive. And then came the second destruction.
1921, the predominantly black neighborhood of Greenwood in Tulsa, Oklahoma, was victim to one of the biggest massacres on U.S. soil.
More than 1,000 African American homes and businesses were looted and burned to the ground.
In the 1960s and 1970s, urban renewal programs and highway construction did to Greenwood what the white mob of 1921 had not fully finished. Interstate 244 was built straight through the Greenwood district. More of what had been rebuilt was demolished for highway right-of-way. The community that had survived a massacre, denied insurance, survived attempted disenfranchisement, and rebuilt itself, was then demolished again by a government program called urban renewal. This is the story that the 2020 video called "The Greenwood Tragedy That Did Not End in 1921." Because it did not. Now the reparations. In 1997, the Oklahoma state government created a commission to formally document what had happened. In 2001, the commission recommended direct payments to survivors and their descendants, a memorial, scholarships, economic development for the Greenwood community. The scholarship fund was established for a limited time. The direct payments were never made. In 2026, a lawyer named Demario Solomon Simmons published a book called Justice for Greenwood: From Massacre to Reparations. The legal case for reparations on behalf of survivors and descendants is still being litigated. Not one direct payment has ever been made to a survivor or descendant of the Tulsa Race Massacre. Now I want to bring you back to the woman we started with. Here she is.
I guess I might have been 5, I don't know. Very small. But I remember some of the things that happened. I remember men coming to the house, little white men. I don't know what they call themselves, Ku Klux Klans or what they call themselves, were coming in.
Leslie Benningfield Randall is 111 years old in 2026. Her fellow survivor, Viola Ford Fletcher, died on November 24, 2025. Mother Randall is now the only person alive who was there, the only living memory of what Black Wall Street looked like before it burned, the only living witness to what it felt like to be 6 years old watching your neighborhood destroyed. She testified before the United States Congress in 2021 at the centennial of the massacre. She was 107 years old when she testified. She said, "I am 107 years old and I have never seen justice." In 2026, that remains true. Let me close with the Arch Street in 1921 to the conversations BCD has been having all year. Black Wall Street was the proof of concept. It proved that black economic self-sufficiency is not only possible, it is extraordinarily powerful when the conditions allow it. Every dollar that stayed in Greenwood built Greenwood. The Dreamland Theater, the hospitals, the law firms, the Masonic lodges, the churches, all of it built by people who could not rely on the white economy to serve them, so they built their own. And when the white establishment of Tulsa looked at what had been built, their reaction was not admiration, it was terror. As the historians say, this was not about the boy in the elevator. This was about black people becoming too economically powerful. The massacre did not happen because Dick Rowland rode an elevator. The Greenwood district had accumulated in 2 decades what took most communities a century. By 1921, the community's assets were estimated at $2 million, equivalent to approximately $35 million today. Property values in Greenwood had been rising every year. Black professionals, doctors, lawyers, dentists, had clientele who couldn't access white practices. The segregation that was designed to limit them had instead created a captive market that enriched the community, and surrounding white communities noticed. It happened because Black Wall Street was working. And when black economic power works, historically, consistently, it has faced this response. Not competition, not absorption, not negotiation. Destruction. In 1921, the destruction took 18 hours. It took 70 years for the official record to acknowledge it happened. And over 100 years later, the last woman alive who saw it has not received justice. That is not history. That is the present. Let us know in the comments section. Did you learn about Black Wall Street in school? And what do you think is the most important lesson the Greenwood story holds for black communities trying to build economic power today. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If so, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon next to it. We have decided to bring videos on something nobody talks about: Black culture, civilization, history, and evidence about how glorious Blacks have been. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay tuned.
I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, all these race riots have all that happened now because these white supremacists. These white supremacists had murdered thousands of people. And then I had talked about it too. It was a very long time ago. To this point at end. These white supremacists did not like us. Because they had survived. And to this day, it's some older people survived the Tulsa race massacre at the hands of these white supremacist devils out there. Like, man, it was just horrible how these white supremacist devils did that. Like that don't make any sense how these white supremacists didn't like us. They had a race massacre against these neo-Nazis and these white supremacists. See, I'm trying to educate y'all, but y'all want to come on my channel and just start acting stupid. You know, you don't want to learn nothing from me? Fine, unsubscribe and go on about your business. Go on about your business. I'll probably do a part 2 on this on TikTok tomorrow. All right, come on now. All right, let's click off this. I told you, man, that's why I said this before, man. The massacre, it was you know how YouTube is. They suspended the stream. I told you how YouTube is. They don't want you to talk about certain, they don't want you to have a discussion about this. Stream suspended for policy violation. Like I said, man, this is exactly why I try to tell you, man, the Tulsa Massacre was real. It was back in the it was very, very, very long time ago. Like, that's why I try to educate y'all. Y'all keep coming on my fucking challenges. One act stupid and dumb and stupid. One act dumb and stupid. Y'all don't care about. I'm trying to educate. That don't make any sense. And that don't make any sense how these individuals consider don't know what their history is. The Tulsa Massacre. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna trim this video out since they like to block it. But y'all wanna come on my channel talking about I need to go outside and all that dumb shit. Nah. Don't tell me what to do. Like that don't make any sense. The Tulsa massacre was real. It was real when these white supremacists had target us as black people. It was real. Like that don't make any sense. I dropped the link for everybody. I dropped the link, but y'all act like you can't hit the link or nothing. Like that don't make any sense. Like that don't make any sense. I bet you y'all come on my shit. If it's some drama, y'all tune in. Like that don't make any sense. That's another thing with the Tulsa massacre. Man, I wish I had more audience that's coming in, but never mind. Shit. Like that don't make any sense. Like this don't make any sense how the Tulsa massacre came around in 2000. I'm sorry, a very long time ago. What year was it? Hold on. I forgot what year it was. Hold on. Here we go. It started around in 1921. Yeah, 1921, the Tulsa race massacre. I try to educate y'all. Y'all come on my shit just want to try. Like, come on now. Like, come on, man. Like, this don't make any sense, bro. You got these people going around calling black people niggas and all this stuff. Like, come on now. Like, that don't make any sense. Like, this don't make any sense. I had to try to tell y'all people something. I'm trying to educate y'all, but now you want to come on my channel acting stupid and dumb. I had to block a lot of people. Nah, if you don't want to be educated, that's fine. Go somewhere else. They got other channels you can go to. Stay on my shit. All right. It was real back in like 1920s. You got these white supremacist people that started bombing people. Uh and these KKK members that call black people N words to this day. Like that don't make any sense. Like that don't make any sense. How these And to this day, these white supremacists don't even like us. Like, come on, man. Man, that don't make any sense, man. Like, that don't make any sense. Boy, I tell you, man. I'm trying to educate y'all. I played the videos how the Tulsa Massacre people, how people got murdered and slaughtered throughout these streets of these white supremacists. To this day, these white supremacists still targeting us. And I don't know why people people, I'm talking about this right now. It was happening in 1921. Like, that don't make any sense. Like, come on, man. The Tulsa Massacre was real. Like, that don't make any sense. Man, this is sad, bro. We ain't never gonna come together. Like, come on, man. Like, this is real, man. We trying to. It happened a long time ago. I seen older people survive of that massacre, but I don't see nobody on Black YouTube talk about. But I will. I'm gonna talk about it. I don't see nobody ain't talking about it. They too busy to be on this gender war stuff, which it got ink, but it got boring now. Like, that don't make any sense. 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 You got these people in the Black community not gonna talk about that. They, I mean, on Black YouTube, they won't too busy on this gender war stuff. But me, I'm gonna talk about historic stuff. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Like, this is real. Like, that don't make any sense. Like, that don't make any sense. Like, that don't make any sense. Like that don't make any sense, man. Shit. Sad how these white supremacists are. Like that don't make any sense, bro. How these people are. They don't know what the Tulsa Massacre is, but they too busy spending on this gender war stuff. But I'm gonna talk about it anyway. Like, since y'all niggas ain't gonna talk about this, like that don't make any sense. Like that don't make any sense. Like that don't make like this is sad, bro. Like that don't make any sense. Like that don't make any sense. Like that don't make any sense. Like, come on now. And it was so horrible how the people had got murdered at the hands of these white supremacists. I'll tell you, man, the Tulsa Massacre was like, damn, man, it was bad. It was bad that the Tulsa Massacre, it was 1,000 people got murdered at the hands of these demonic white supremacists. Like this don't make any sense. How these people are, don't know what the history is. about the Tulsa Massacre. I dropped the damn link, but y'all won't come up. I have barely people supporting me. I got one person watching me. Like, people just stop. But I guarantee you some drunk. Y'all don't. That's sad. This is sad on Black YouTube. Y'all don't want to learn shit from me, but you'll come on my channel, cussing me out. I mean, just calling me all types of names and threatening me. That's how people are on Black YouTube, but won't troll these KKK and white supremacists. Now you want to go fuck with me? That's why I say you got most of these people on Black YouTube are cowards. They cowards. They won't do that to a white supremacist, but you'll do that to a black person. Told you y'all niggas so fucking cowards. That's why I say I can't stand cowards in the black community. We got some cowards in the black community. That don't make any sense, man. I swear, man, we got some cowards running around here being cowards. Always being cowards, and y'all always will be cowards. Like, that don't make any sense. Wow. Damn, man, this is sad. How these how people on Black YouTube can go around here troll and disrespect others. Go troll these white supremacists, not me. But I tell y'all, I swear, man, you got some people on Black YouTube. They scared of these white supremacists. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and just I guarantee you, if I was a white supremacist, y'all won't never troll me. They won't troll me. Like, wow. So I just come here to talk about this, man. That don't make any sense. This is sad, bro, how black people are on YouTube. Y'all sit there want to drag me, but not these white supremacists. Bro. Y'all some bunch of pussy. Y'all bunch of pussies. I can't stand no pussy ass people on Black YouTube. I can't stand y'all. I had troll these white supremacists. Why y'all niggas can do that? I had a white supremacist trolls come on my shit, calling me racial slurs. But I had a white supremacist troll call me the N-word. I had to kick him off my shit and block them. But y'all niggas so scared. But y'all people on Black YouTube are scared to go at these white supremacist trolls. But now y'all niggas scared. Like, come on now. Like, that don't make any sense. Y'all scared of, y'all consider want to troll, act stupid, come on my channel, just cuss me out, threaten my life. Well, white supremacists, KKK shows up on y'all channel, y'all bow down and act scared. Like, come on, man. I swear, black people are cowards. Especially the females in our community. They cowards too. These females in the black community will have all this smoke for black other black women, but won't have that smoke for these white supremacist females out there. All right, I'm gonna go and get off here, man. We gone. Peace. I'm gonna stop at 8:50. I don't pass at 9 o'clock. I'm out. Peace.